Hey y'all, let's cook something good. I watch Paula Deen all the time. Poor Paula Deen. She's kind of eating way too much cholesterol to be that damn fat. But I love Paula Deen. Do you guys love Paula Deen? I love Paula Deen. I'm always trying to cook her recipes. Anyway, so here I am again at home. Just thought I'd write something or say something just to say hello. I was watching The View the other day. Actually, it wasn't The View at all. It was called, it's a new show and it's called The Talk. Have you guys seen this show? It has Sharon Osbourne on it, Leah Remini, um, Holly Robinson Pete, and Sarah Gilbert, that lesbian little girl that used to be on Roseanne. She's on there. And, I like the women's shows, okay? But sometimes some of these shows, I mean, I have to feel for a man that might be watching these shows because they really just sound like a bunch of chickens clucking like all morning. Like, and I have a lot of male friends, you know, not ones that I'm involved with or anything, but just guy friends because I'm a comedian, so they're all, comedian guys. And like one of the chief complaints that guys are always telling me is that women, once they get married, they hold sex over their head like a reward, and oral sex is something that they don't do anymore. And like I really didn't believe them because I don't know. I know my friends and I know people in my life and I just don't believe that people are really that ridiculous about sex. But that Leah Remini, now Leah Remini is a pretty big star. She's on King of Queens. She's on some show called Paper Dolls, I think, in like the early 80s, early no, late 80s, early 90s with Halle Berry when they were like models in some school in New York. And she's been in the business for a long time. And she was talking about how did she make her 17-year marriage work. And she says, "Oh, well, we have sex on a reward system." And she also said that she doesn't have sex with her husband anymore, no oral sex, because she's a mother now, and mothers don't do that type of thing. Ah! That is men's chief complaint. They're like, oh, yeah, well, as soon as the woman gets the ring, they don't want to do that anymore. And Leah Remini actually said out loud, she goes, oh, yeah, well, blowjobs. She didn't say blowjobs because, of course, it's like daytime TV. She said, well, oral sex and stuff like that, that's only what you do long enough to get your husband to marry you. And then after you're married, of course, you don't have to do that shit anymore. I mean, don't you enjoy doing it for your husband? And I mean, if he's paying your bills, he's taking care of the house, he's taking care of you. I mean, aren't you attracted to him enough to do it for him? It seems sort of like you're just like putting him out there for any skanky bitch who's like, "Ooh, yeah, you want a blowjob?" I mean, it kind of makes him a little bit too vulnerable, Leah. I really think you should give your husband a blowjob. I mean, not for nothing, but if he's a great husband, he's been married to you for 17 years, and frankly, you're a little bit annoying. I really think giving the guy a blowjob would be a good idea. I've found in my relationships that giving a guy a blowjob to stop an argument really pretty much stops the argument. I don't have any more problems after that. Once I give him a blowjob, it's pretty much a wrap. We go out to dinner, we laugh, we have a good time, and it's over. He could be mad about just about anything. Be mad about that $4,000 bag I bought on his credit card. But then as soon as I drop to my knees and give him a blowjob, guess what? Not fucking mad anymore. I don't know. It's not too hard to figure out. Maybe it's because you're rich already. Maybe it's because you make all your own money and you feel like you don't have to do that for your man. But I mean, it kind of made him sound like a sucker because I mean, I'm sure that if his friends saw that show, they're probably like, your wife doesn't blow you, and she has the nerve to say it on national TV. Kind of puts your husband in a bad situation and kind of embarrasses him. But I'm no expert because I have never been married. Well, I was married once before, but I threw him out after 5 months because he didn't really want to work a job. And you know what? That don't fly. At least not with me. Because, I mean, I work, I pay my bills. I don't sit around and expect somebody to take care of me. And if I'm married, at the very least, and the guy was a waiter. If you're a waiter, you could at least do your waiting job. He quit and was like chilling on the couch, like, ooh, Poppy makes enough money. I was like, nigga, you have got to go. So I changed the locks. It was fun. All right, well, you guys are great, and I'm gonna go to the mall, and maybe I'll come back later and tell you guys what I got. But I hope you're having a great weekend. I hope Halloween turns out to be very ghoulish, and have a good one. Ciao. When I learn how to turn this shit off, it's gonna be a miracle.